But here's the thing that y'all have to understand. This is a little bit of philosophy for you. There is what 8 billion people on the planet right now, bro. 8 billion people alive right now. Like, yo, for real. If you like it, what are the chances that none of the 8 billion people in the world other than you like it? I'm being real, Mark. Like, for real. So you wrote it or you created the product because you liked it. Yo, there's going to be somebody out there that likes it. So there's a little bit of research that has to be done where you says, okay, I got to find my crowd. I got to find a crowd. So you got to put yourself in front of the people who would actually receive the product the same way you would. And when you get there, you got to receive them the way God would.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. We are back in the lab again after coming from GalaxyCon.
GalaxyCon Raleigh, fam. GalaxyCon Raleigh. Amazing experience, by the way. Yeah. And we ain't gonna get into that right now. It's been a long weekend. Mark said he got a boss of false. Let's go. I'm ready for that one.
All right. So is it a boss move or a false move to and we kind of touched on this before, but like get so worked up into like this one track mind that something has to get completed right here, right now?
So Mark, we talked about this, man. We gotta go into a little bit of story time first, and then we like, you know, you gotta transition that thing and make it segue into the boss of false, man. So because I gotta know, because you know you can't. I'm an analytical brain, man. So you know you ask me a question, I gotta know all aspects of it. I gotta get all the evidence, because you know, like the detective can't solve the case if he only got, you know, one piece of evidence to a case that got 64 pieces, you know. So, you know, you got to fill me in, man. What's up?
True. All right, so she's probably gonna get mad because I'm talking about it. But
shit.
All right, so other day, you know, both our cars have a little small car problem. Nothing too major, none too, you know, none you can get pulled over for. Not now, of course, but so we found a bowl or whatever, and you know, her cars is very American made, so
very American.
All the pieces to it is like tucked away, all, you know, nice and neatly, you know.
Yeah, they put the battery behind the wheel.
Right, something is behind something, or it's in front of something, and we tried to get that bulb on. She was just like, all right. She watched like one video, and she was like, all right, I got it. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna get it done. And she almost got her arm stuck up under the thing trying to get the bulb out. And I was just like, yeah, it's okay. Like the sun is going down, it's getting a little dark out here. We can come back tomorrow, try to get this. And she was just like, no, she needs to get it done now. We didn't accidentally, but we took the connector out the bulb. So I don't know if the bulb come on anymore. Well, I mean,
if the connector ain't in there, probably ain't.
Probably ain't. All right. So anyway, so that's another thing we got to fix after trying to get the bulb out. But that's what I wanted to get on. Like, how did she get in that mindset that like it had to get done, and she's just getting worked up, overwhelmed, and I'm just like, yo, like just calm down. We're gonna get it eventually. If we got to get help, we could do that. It's just a light bulb. Like we got this. Just not now. Like we can get it later, but not now.
Man, women, bro. Like, I'm just being real. Like, Alyssa be in situations like that too, where she's like, all right, we could be like chilling all day long. But the moment she said, all right, let's get up and do this, it's like you got to get up right then and there. You got to stop time. You got to, make the world move in that direction, bro. Like, and it don't matter what's bolted to the floor. If it ain't moving with you, it get left behind, bro. So,
Thanks.
but in that situation, bro, yeah, that's been how long has it been since we bought that ball, bro? Like it was like it's been a while, bro. Like I don't know if I can
Actually,
like
I think that was one of because we did an episode right after or before.
yeah, it was like 3 months ago, man. So
Oh,
yeah, so that's been something that's been needing to happen for like 3 months. So I can kind of understand the notion of that. Inconclusive, bro. Inconclusive, bro. I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, but because I'm like one track minded too when it comes to like completing tasks. Like, I kind of hate like stopping in the middle or something to finish it later. Like, I feel like that's like a way for me to half-ass it, honestly. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to say if like boss or false on that one because I'm a little. I feel that, yo. I feel that.
I feel that.
I feel that. I feel.
Because like maybe not for like that instance, but in some cases, like taking a break and like coming to it like at another angle or like at a refreshed mind, that is, because it's no telling because
Yeah.
she was having a rough day already, so that kind of was that didn't help. That was more fuel to the fire and whatnot.
A rough day and she was off.
Yeah. Because she had to go to the doctor's office for something about her leg, the knee that's been acting up. They still don't know, what's going on with that. Like they took the little ultrasound, tried to look for clots and whatnot. And then they were like, her regular doctor has to.
But she and I already discussed what would help that the most. Like I don't know why she had such a bad day about it. But that's a different story.
Yeah. And then we didn't necessarily get bad news. It was just a change in what we'd have to do to get the little one in school and whatnot. There's still many possibilities that we can many paths that we can take for him to get in school, but
still too early.
Yeah, it's not too early. It's just like a lot of technical stuff. Since we're not in the state where he's trying to go to school at, is a lot of hiccups and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yellow tape stuff. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. But yeah, like all that kind of stockpiled, and then she just had this one goal that she just wanted to get fixed, that she wanted to get done or whatever, and like something was stopping her, and she was just like not having it. She was like, she's gonna get it done and all this other stuff. I admire the passion and the drive towards it, but I was just like, it's getting dark. Bugs are eating at us out here. We need to.
Oh yeah. Especially when the mosquitoes start biting, fam. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. But yeah, man, some people just get in that mindset. So like I feel like I'm gonna say boss move on that perspective, bro. Because like you said she had a bad day, bro. Like for real. She just needed a win, bro.
Yeah.
Like she just needed a win. Like just being real. Like it's been you said it was a bad day, whole bunch of stuff on going her way. People ain't telling her what she need to hear. And She just needed to take something in her own hands and be able to finish it and complete it and just put it behind her and take some kind of accomplishment from that day. And yeah, it's like I feel that. Yeah, I feel that like big time. Like you take a hit and you take an L like in the morning, you like, all right, fuck, I can't do nothing about that. That happened. It's already done. So you know what? Let me do something something that I can control, something that at least I can take a win for myself at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with the boss side on that one, bro.
Okay.
But there are some times where the reason why I say inconclusive, there are some times where it could be a false move. Provided you just going throwing the hammer in the dark. And Mark said you take some time to refresh your brain, and like especially if it's something that you have no idea what the hell you're doing, it might be best for you to back off of it, take a step back and reevaluate what you're doing, opposed to just going in with no knowledge on it, because you're not gonna get it done anyway if you ain't got no knowledge.
Thanks. And that's we can kind of roll right into the topic with all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like you said, you just you had to, like, not really had to get that win, but like putting in hard work, like we said, in the at GalaxyCon, like works.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes kind of preparation. It takes time, preparation, and consistency. You keep hammering at it, and eventually it's gonna get done. It might not be in the time frame that you want it to be, but the work that you're putting is not in vain, like we said before. Like it's gonna produce a seed, or produce a flower from the seed that you're sowing.
Yeah.
And like in that case with her, like it's gonna get done. So I'm just like, just focus on the end goal. We have all the parts. We have, Google, YouTube. We have all that to figure this out. But like right now, all we need to do is, take a step back, regroup, and come to it. Maybe first thing in the morning when bugs still sleep, if they do sleep. We can hammer it out. We can get it done.
Yeah.
Because she was just trying to just get in there. Because the video that she watched, it was like the dude literally just like, he didn't even have light on the exact spot.
Yeah, I love those videos where they're trying to show you how to do something, but it's like the video of me trying to change a fucking tire or something, and the whole video is looking at me and I'm talking to you about it, and I'm like, yeah, you got to do this and you got to do that while I'm doing it behind the camera. Yeah, it's weird.
Exactly. Like he just like reached up under it and just like, boom, here's the light bulb, take it out, put it in, put it back, you're done. I was like, hold on, first of all, how? You say you had to turn it, like when did you turn it? Like it looked like you just reached in, pulled it out, put it back in. I'm just like,
and like for real, some that some people don't understand when they're trying to get things done. Like, look, it's okay to fail when you don't know what you're doing, but just because you don't know what you're doing don't mean that you don't need to get the new information to figure out how to do it. Because if you commit to doing it, you got to figure out how to do it. Just because you in the process of doing it don't mean that you figured it out. So you like I said, you out here swinging a hammer in the dark trying to hit invisible nails. Like, bro, it just don't work like that. Like, I remember one time, like when I first started doing this stuff, bro, like when I first started working on cars and stuff, man, I had one of my friends trying to he had the same problem. It was a blown turn signal bulb in the front of his Volkswagen. Now, bruh, I've been changing light bulbs and fucking cars like for years at this point, bruh. I'd never come across a Volkswagen, bruh. You've been working with Korean and American made cars, bro. It ain't no opponent greater than a fucking German, bro. Like for real. Bro, I went under there and I looked at that thing, bro, and I was like trying to pull at this ball, dog. For real. I ain't lying to y'all, bro. We were sitting out in front of AutoZone for about maybe like 35 minutes before I was just trying to, and like for real, I got frustrated because once again, I ain't have all the information that I should have had, right? And I got frustrated at the joint. So in the midst of me being frustrated, I went and just yanked the joint. I'm like, look, man, it got to come out. So we got to change this joint, bro. I yanked the thing, man, and I ended up breaking my man's his harness that the bulb went in because I ain't had the right information.
Oof.
So yeah, like for real. And the reason I say that is because like, look, you can do more damage. You can do more damage trying to insist, trying to force your will upon something that you don't understand than you could just sitting back and getting the information. That's why I say inconclusive, bro. It's like a lot to unpack there. That's a whole episode.
Right. I was like, that's a whole topic right there.
Right. That's a whole episode, bro.
Trying to force your will on something that like you have no clue about, and
right.
But we ain't gonna really go into
we
that.
ain't gonna go there because my kind of he kind of need to sleep in his bed tonight, so
oh no, not even with that situation. Like you see that in relationships with like kind of the parents and the child, or like friends relationships. Like you trying to force your standard, or your what was the word? Well, your standard of
your
living,
perspective, your prerogative.
Yes, on other people, and like they didn't grow up that way. They're not
like they don't see the world the same as you, right?
Yeah,
they don't see the world the same as you do. Like it's not their thing that they're going through right now. Like they didn't go through the same thing you went through. Their brain didn't develop in the same way that you went through. So you trying to force your opinions on somebody else. So yeah, it's not. Yeah.
But let's take it back and get back to work. Like how do you want to because even though you put in the work, you have a desired outcome. How do you like say you give advice to the people that that when that outcome is not exactly what you want, how do they like cope with that? Because you guys kind of had a unexpected outcome at a Galaxy.
Very unexpected, bro. Very unexpected. Like for real, we went into it with for real. You got to go into it with a realistic mindset. Like, for real. Like I plan to sell books, right? I went there with the plan to sell books. Right. But just because I went there with the plan to sell books doesn't mean that I'm going to sell books. But there's a lot of factors there. A lot of variables. Like the science experiments, they say like you got your variables, you got your control variables, you got your uncontrolled variables, bro. Like for real. We went there with a lot of uncontrolled variables. There's a lot of things we can't control, fam. Like for real. They put us next to the bathroom, fam. Like for real. Look, like I ain't gonna play with y'all, fam. I'm not even gonna play with it. Like, they put us next to the bathroom, and and most people will be looking at that like, this is a problem. Like, I can't be next to this bathroom. But bro, like for real, I had a lot of people go into that bathroom, come out and be like, "Ooh, what's this?"
yeah.
They ran into the bathroom. They ran past the booth, but for real, on the way back, we caught them. We got them. It's like, hey, free pens and bookmarks. Like, we got them. But for real, look, I had to have a conversation with Alyssa because Alyssa was all excited, and Alyssa one of those people like when she get excited about something, bro, like she don't think about the negative, like and for real, it ain't no fault of her own. Like that's her assessment. Her assessment says she don't do that. So like I come through with the realism. I'm like, look, I say blah 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 blah, and she like, oh, that's negative. I don't want to hear that. And I'm like, yo, no, it's not negative. It's realistic. So we were on the way there, and we set up the table, and for real, like we were at the loading dock of the joint, about to go in and like take our stuff in, bro. And I was like, look, there is a huge possibility, and I'll go knock on whatever you want me to knock on. But for real, we got a lot of uncontrolled variables in front of us. There's a huge possibility that we go in with 50 books and we may not sell not one of these jokers. Like, I'm just being real. Like that's what, and we gotta take that for what it is. We can't stew in that. So when we went in, I said that I'm like, look, we can not sell one of these jokers, but at the end of the day, it's our responsibility to not take that as a loss, but to figure out why we didn't sell one of them, and come up with a plan to do better the next time. Like, for real, like, yo, y'all had to have y'all. I understand your goal. I understand goals, but your expectations got to be realistic. If I go in to do something good, you got to understand, and we said this already. We said this on a previous episode. If my expectations are to do good at something, then I had to expect something bad to happen. It's not being and most people they get into the zone where they say that's negativity. No, it's not negativity. That's how business works. Okay, inspect what you expect.
Like when even like it's in every form of business. Even working at McDonald's, I had got like a glimpse of like what the manager does, because first of all, he was a cousin. But anyway, even though like they order a bulk amount of food, like you think those numbers don't matter, but they actually take into account of
the spoils.
What they order. Yeah, the spoils, the stuff that doesn't sell, the stuff that spoils, returns, I guess you can kind of say in fast food. Is it returns? Refunds, returns, whatever, if like something has to be remade or whatever. Because we don't send that out there.
Yeah.
We don't send it back out. We actually have to throw it away. It's actually like a separate trash can. We're supposed to put it in a separate trash can, and then that gets counted at the end of the day.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's
somebody go in with gloves and start counting cheeseburgers.
Like each individual. All right. Cheese, burger patty, bun, all that.
Oh,
pickle. Well, I don't think they do like the pickles individual, because we get like this big old bucket of pickles.
Yeah, I fucking hate that the 50-pound bucket of pickles. And bro, get them bitches open, bro. Getting them bitches open is the worst, man. But yeah, it's some like, yeah, that's a good point, man. Because like even fast food is doing it out here, like just taking account of the failures that could be made along the way, and you gotta account for that, man. Like I was noticing a few of the other people, man. They were hurt. They were hurt, bro. They was like, they won't get no business. They won't making the sales that they thought they was making. And most of the people there, bro, like you talking about, you paying $350 to get a table. Some people ain't make that money back, fam. Like we were lucky. But see, the thing is, we understood that, me and Alyssa, we know business on a little bit of a higher plane than most people, because most people, they just out there just making crafts.
True.
I mean, be that as it may, bro, they just out there making crafts. And I ain't saying there's something wrong with that. What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to convey is that they don't know anything about business. So they out there just doing what they want to do, but they ain't learning what they need to learn in order to understand how to move the product, bro. Like for real, I've been learning how to move product for for a while now. One of one of my mentors said, "Look, yo, like I used to work on a fishing boat. We caught a hundred snappers, and I got on land and was like, all right, look, I'm gonna buy all the snappers from all of my other teammates, and I'm gonna go sell all these snappers, bro. I'm gonna pay my money. I'm gonna pay these guys their share, buy their snapper. I'm gonna go sell all of it before I get home, bro." Like he was like, "Look, it don't matter what the product is. Like you gotta know, put it in front of people, put it in front of the right people, and get that product out there."
Okay.
So yeah, bro. Like some people ain't getting that, dog.
And it's really interesting you say that because like sometimes it's just playing the long game. It's playing the waiting game. Because it was this one vendor that was there and he was selling like it was a book planner, but it was made for like I go say like nerds, geeks, or anime fans, nothing like that. But it was like it makes the planner feel more like a adventure story. It had different stuff in it where it's like even drawings in it that made it look like a little cartoonish action pack adventure. And at the end, it was like, all right, this was my act one, and it gives you like a summary. Well, you write the summary of like whatever the planner is for that duration of the year or whatnot. And it was real interesting because it was like you could use this in many different ways. You could use it for yourself. It's not like a boring old planner where it's like, all right, this is the month, this is the date, this is what I did, this is what I need to do for so forth.
A regular joint.
It was something new, something exciting. And he was like, we've also tried to, get this into like the school system because really it was her wife that picked it up because she's a teacher, and she was like, yeah, I could use this for the kids to get them, inside it with, planning their day out, planning the month out, and getting them more, into the work or whatever. And I was just thinking, like, if he gets that in just one school, if he gets like one school to buy like a bulk of that, what is he doing here? Like, that needs to be like mass produced. That needs to be on like the shelves and Walmart and whatnot. But like that could have been like his first book, and then right now he's just playing the waiting game. Like he doesn't even know the possibilities that like that one book can have.
Bro, that sounds like such a good idea.
Right.
That sounds like such a good idea, bro. Like for real. I was standing behind that table in that crowd, bro. Like, bro, you talking like I'm about to make bank. And I got to a point, right? And I'm in a point in my life right now where I'm just gonna figure out what the creator was passionate about. Like, and not like the creator, like the most high, but the creator of the product. I'm gonna figure out what the creator of the product was passionate about, and I could pretty much make a sale on their behalf if I just knew what they were passionate about when they made it. It's like, yo, for real, like you gotta convey what the passion is, what drove you to make this. And with that guy, like for real, like you in a room full of a whole bunch of people with time management problems. Bro, I talked to one girl, I talked to one girl and she was like, she was wearing like some like dope ass armor and had like this dope ass staff that she made. And like, yo, bro, like she put time into that. And I'm like, yo, how long did it take you to make that? She was like, yeah, I put like 3 months of time into this piece here. And it took me like 5 months to make this one. And I'm like, so what you mean is that's your job? No, I just did it after. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot of pick up, work on it, set it down, work, pick back up, work on it.
You mean to tell me you ain't gonna be able to sell a planner to that person, fam? Come on, bro. Come on, fam. They need it. They need it, and you can, and look, and for real, you think you just out here trying to move product, fam? You think you just out here trying to move product? You gotta take into account of what these people need when you're trying to move the product. And somebody came and somebody had to remind me, right? Because they heard one of my sales pitches, and like it wasn't something that I didn't already know, but like a veteran came and was like, "Look, you might want to try to tune your sales pitch to kind of market to the person that you're talking to and not to the masses. And I was like, oh yeah, I got you. Like, find something that they like, find something that they like to read in general, and sell that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got you. Thank you, appreciate it. And like it was something that I forgot, but most people they don't do that. They try to sell what they think they're supposed to sell. Like you want to appeal to what you think they're going to appeal to, and try to make this cookie cutter joint. But like, yo, for real, like there was not one. Like I didn't say the elevator pitch of the book the same not one time that I said it. I said it like 100 times. I ain't say it not one, not the same, not one, not neither one of those times. For real. Why? Because like I'm looking at the person, I'm like, all right, this person, this is an old Caucasian man who reads on his free time. What he like? He like history stuff. He like the fucking space and stuff like that. He don't care about the whole comic book superhero element that the Ascension universe has to offer. Even though that's what the Ascension universe is, he don't care about that. Like, why am I gonna try to sell him on that? Because that's something that I'm passionate about. He care about history and fucking politics. So he looking at it. What are he looking at? He looking at conspiracy theory. He looking at evil billionaire. Like that's the things that stick out to him. So like I'm not gonna try to sell him on the fact that it's a dope ass sci-fi fantasy that's infused with Greek mythology. Like he don't care about none of that. He want the book for what it is. So yeah, man, you gotta understand what the world needs, man.
That's interesting. That's real dope. So two things. Like we said before, and I actually seen this in like a Twitter post. Find out what the world needs and figure out solutions for it. That is one of the fastest ways to success. And we need fresh minds out there. Our job, it constantly says, all right, we need people fresh out of college so their mind can be molded. Their minds are fresh. They have new ideas and all this stuff, new ways of looking at things. They're more tech savvy with the new equipment of technology that's out now and whatnot. And truly a job needs that. A business needs that. Just so they can like keep up with the times. And sometimes that's a quick way to success. Not saying that you need to take shortcuts or whatnot to success, but it's something to look out for. It helps with any type of marketing that you're trying to do. Just knowing what's new out there, it helps.
Yeah.
Second thing, so with that that new information that you have, has that like inspired any new books, any new storylines that you, or not?
I mean, bro, we already got 90 books in the making. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess you talking about like the marketing stuff, like how the marketing stuff inspiring new books.
Just like the different people you've seen at GalaxyCon, the different types of like people's background, people's interests. Has that sparked any
Oh yeah, I'm on the front of me writing a book, a personal development and growth book for people in the same, pretty much in the same boat that I'm in, like all of the struggles that I've had to get to the point that get to where I'm at right now. It inspired me to write a book about that and try to get people to bump past it, because like every book, like you just said, like you got to learn how to solve problems, and like every book is made to get you around a learning curve that the author had a personal learning curve in their own life, and it took them way longer than it should have to get there. So they wrote a book about it, so the next person can kind of beat that learning curve. So yeah, like I want to write a book, right? And I've already started on it in secrecy, on like the philosophies of marketing itself, like when you're coming from a place where I'm coming from, and what is that place? I mean, I'm talking about a place where you have low belief and high ambition. So I want to talk to those people with the low belief and a low belief in themselves, a low belief in the world around them, but you got high ambitions and high aspirations of the things that you can do. So I want to write a book on how those people can succeed, and that's something that I kind of brought out of this.
Okay. Ooh, that's deep. That's deep. I remember when we were talking earlier, it kind of correlated with literally a conversation we were just having in the group chat or whatever, and about presentation. How you might not have, I'm not gonna say the greatest product, because if it's a product that you made, you put your heart and soul, it is a great product, but it's not gonna get in front of people. It's not gonna spark people's interest unless you have passion for it or
Right.
a great presentation, pretty much. Before you can, oh, that kind of sounds weird. I was gonna say like, but before you can like sell a product, you have to like kind of sell yourself, but not in a way of like, all right, I'm gonna put my time, my effort into this person. I'm gonna sell my time to this business or this, but selling it to complete your goal, your mission. It's the only way to make it big. Because we're not gonna float over the fact that even though you went into the Galaxy Con not really expecting the book, you were realistic. You could have not sold the book, but in return of all your hard work, you actually sold out of books. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Y'all sold the last 9 that.
Oh yeah, we sold out. We
Let's
got to like the last second of that joint where they were like closing the showroom for the on Sunday, and at the last second we sold the last joint.
Let's go. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
we sold the last joint, bro. I was like, wow, let's get it. Let's get it. So yeah, we made money for the table and doubled it. So we went in with a lot of overhead costs that we won't have on the next joint. So because now we know what we're doing. So yeah, we it's only going to get more efficient from here.
That's what's up. And that's work. That's all work is. You put in the time, you put in the effort, you do the damn thing. And whatever outcome that that you come up with, you either continue, learn from the stuff that you've done, the process, you learn from the process,
right?
And you just make tweaks, you make it better, make it more efficient, and you just keep repeating that process, that formula, until your outcome just grows bigger and bigger. A lot of times people they don't get that desired outcome, and then they just quit.
Yeah.
But you gotta get in the mindset of like learning lessons from each and everything that you do. We've said it before. Once you get into that rhythm of, all right, I did it, this was the outcome, all right, let's look in the middle, what could we done that could have brought this faster, could have got this,
make this
maybe
more efficient.
Make it more efficient. Is it somewhere we could like cut costs, or just the small things like that, just making tweaks here and there, and boom.
And bro, not only that, like, look, you learn from the people around you too, like
that too.
Like for real, like yo, if I know for a fact that somebody already did this, why am I gonna do it too? If it didn't work for them, why am I gonna do it? Like for real, like yo, like that's they call that reinventing the wheel. The wheel already invented, and you trying to make your own wheel. You're like, all right, yep, I'm gonna make one too, because I don't like the one that they got. So I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna make a wheel of my own, bro. Then that joint end up being square. So you'd have wasted all that time, a lot of money, a lot of resources to recreate the wheel that's already been created. You could have just took the wheel that they had and just put it on your joint and just kept it moving.
That's dope.
It was so many times I seen people at this convention doing things that I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna work. Pretty sure that's not gonna work. And like, yo, there's been like there's principles that I've learned of how to take care of people and how to help people on the emotional sense, right? And how to you know, how do I put this? How to make people feel good about themselves. Like there was instances where like there were like people, you know, you got all type of people coming through, right? Like you at an event like this with thousands of people, and you know, I'm like, all right, with that number, I got thousands of people coming through. I mean, the least I could do was sell 50 books. Like, all right, how do I do that? I got to catch people attention. Most of the people that I sold to, honestly, like being real, most of the people that I sold to were parents of children that were there.
Okay.
All right, so you know, how do I connect with, you know, the adults? like being real, how do I connect with the adults? I want to show them cartoons. Like, no, they don't care about that. They like, all right, my kids like cartoons. I don't like no goddamn cartoons. They're like, all right, cool. With this book right here, it got some heavy metal shit on it. What's up? Let me take a look at that. All right, so all right, boom. What do you want? Like, what are you here for? What do you got going on? I'm like, yo, talking to these people. I'm like getting personable with these folks. Like, yo, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, for real, I'm an introvert at heart. I don't think y'all know that. Like, yo, for real, like I get on the podcast and talk like this. Why? Because I've crafted that. I'm an introvert at heart, bro. Like I still get around new people and still like shrink. Like I do that to, you know, learn the environment, learn the people that I'm around. Like extroverts don't do that by nature, fam. Like I'm an introvert by nature, and I don't think people understand that. I can get in front of people, I can talk all day, but at the end of the day, I recharge like an introvert, not an extrovert. So I get in front of these people, right? And you know, I'm asking questions, you know, I'm trying to appeal to what they need. So I'm not just like spitting out my elevator pitch and just going forward. Like, yo, like for real, you got to figure out what these people want, right? And like I seen dudes, introverted dudes just like me, introverted dudes, they hid behind their table the entire time. And bruh, something happened, bruh. I love it, bruh. I love it. The dude across from me, bruh, he realized, he was like, all right, so look, what am I doing that? What is he doing that I'm not doing? He's like, all right, cool. Like my man was sitting down the entire time. Mark, I lie to you not, dog. My man was sitting down the entire time, and he's like over there, like behind his table. He's watching people as they went past. He's not saying anything to these people. He's just watching them. If they make eye contact with him and he smiles, he does like that, and they just keep going.
I know who you talking about.
They just keep going, bro. Like for real. Like they the people won't interested. So he was like, all right. So every time I made a sale, like I would see him like every now and then. If I wasn't engaging with customers, I see him. He's making eye contact with me. He's watching. He's trying to see everything that I'm trying to do. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me put on a show. Let me put on a show. Like and like the entire time I was like, look, I know exactly what my man is doing wrong. I want to go over there and tell him, but I feel like that'll be disrespectful. You know, we ended up having the conversation, but and I ended up connected with him, even buying a copy of his joint, even though I have no intentions on reading it. But you know, because I'm not interested in comic books, but you know, I would love to promote him to the next person who might be interested in what he has. But but yeah, like I was watching it, and like I made a sale, and he had some people walk by, look at his stuff. They, you know, he didn't say anything, and they kept it moving. And eventually, I saw my man. He's like, all right, cool. So he got up out his chair. He put the chair to the side, turned that bitch backwards, and he stood there like I was standing there. I was like,
come on.
Yeah, that's how you do it, bro. Like for real, you got to show people like, and one thing that I learned in business, right? People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Oh,
People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And for real, that premise wasn't solidified in me until, like, look, a dude came back to me on the last day, on Sunday, right before they closed, right? And he was like, yeah. I was like, yo, welcome back. How you doing? He bought a book from me the first day, Mark. He bought a book from me the first day. And when I said something to him, I said, how you doing, man? Welcome back. He says, I just wanted to come and let you know, like, I started reading the book, and it's awesome, by the way. I got to like the second chapter, man. He said, I love what I'm reading so far. He said, but I really wanted to come back and tell you that, I really appreciate how you treat people, man. You made me feel real good. He said, I bought a book from you because, like, I felt at home here. I didn't feel like I was being sold to. And you made me feel really comfortable. So I just wanted to say thank you. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's what, I'm human too, man. I know how it feels. Like, thank you, bruh.
That's what's up.
Like, yo, for real. Like, yo, he came and thanked me because, I made him feel good in the moment. And it was like, he was like, all right, yeah, I feel very comfortable spending my money here. Like, and like, yo, why do I say that? Like, look, I'm not trying to seem like arrogant when I say this. Like, yo, some people, they get to this point where when they're listening to information like this and they're like, yo, he being real arrogant about the fact that he sold 50 books. Like, why did I sell 50 books? Because I went there with the mission to sell 50 books. So I had to figure out how to sell 50 books. Y'all think I just stood there with a smile on my face and people just came to me? No, that's not how that worked. That's not how that worked, fam. I stood there with a mission to sell books and make the people feel comfortable and make 50 friends in the process, man. I had to make 50 friends in the process because I'm like, look, they're not gonna buy a book from a stranger. There was some people like, bro, like, I love it, right? I missed it, and it happened right in front of me, bro. And I was like, I was so shocked that it happened. I was like, yo, I had to look. Lee can get anything she want from me, fam. She can get anything she want from me, fam. Like, I was about to let a sale slip by, and the woman, she came and looked at the table, Mark, and she did the same thing. And I seen her, but I wasn't paying attention for real. Like, I was like, because like I told y'all, I'm an introvert. I was standing there for 10 hours. I was standing there for 10 hours each day, just like, and I had to recharge for a second. I had to get a drink. I had to do whatever, And Alyssa, she caught one of the women. She was walking past the table, and I don't know how she caught it. I guess she said, "Oh, she looked at the pyro orb for way too long to not say that she was interested." Right. So Alyssa caught her. She's like, "Hey, how you doing? You read a lot?" And the lady was like, "Yeah." And I love it. Like, you can hear Alyssa in the background of the last episode too, like, just like talking to the people about the pens and the bookmarks and stuff. She was like, okay, if you read a lot, feel free to take a pen and a bookmark. And the lady was already past the table. She was in front of our neighbor's table when Alyssa was talking to her. And the lady came back, looked at the pen and bookmarks, picked them up, picked up a business card, picked up the back of the book. She picked up the book. I was like, oh, we got her. So I jumped in. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And she was like, hey, what's the book about? Said the pitch, Mark. She was like, oh, looked around, was like, that sounds very interesting, actually. How much? Got him, bro. Like, but for real, like, what happened there? Like, yo, Alyssa saw that there was something that caught her eye. She didn't know what it was. She just saw, she was like, all right, she stared at the table a little bit too long. Her pace got a little bit slower when she walked past this table opposed to all the rest of the tables. Yo, open your mouth and say something. These are humans. So what we did was we turned this perfect stranger into Helen.
Oh, and you remember her name. There we go.
And I remember the name. See, that's the thing, bro. Like, for real, like, yo, y'all gotta be human about what you're trying to do, fam. You gotta understand the human aspect, bro.
And that's where most like known products that's what they sell to. They sell to the human aspect of the world. Like your game systems. It brings people together, it brings families together, it brings distant people into one room, one game room, one lobby, as they would call it. Well, computers, cell phones, that just that's something on its own level.
They sell
I mean,
themselves at this point.
yeah. Well, with those, really, it's just like the status behind them. Like the reason people want iPhones because it comes with a certain status. So you got an iPhone, oh, you
I couldn't do
apparently
it.
spent a lot of money on
I
that.
couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't. They ain't got no back button, bro. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Facts. But like that's how you be successful. Don't make a product that is gonna cater to, robots or like just you or just like a small singular group of people. Broaden it. Make it so that like it connects with families, kids, introverts, extroverts. Put a little bit of everything in it because people are human like you. And when you're selling that product, when you're selling a service or anything, put passion in it. Most of the I think like with the Ubers or whatnot, people offer like bottles of water, mints.
Right.
That's not
Yeah.
from Uber itself. That's from the person that the Uber driver that's driving you. And it's just like, putting so much, effort and passion into just driving people around is
It says a lot.
exactly.
It says a lot. And like to that point that Marcus just said, like for real, you made the product because you like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be real, Mark. When I wrote the like everything in the Ascension universe, I wrote it because I like it. I'm just being honest, bro. But here's the thing that y'all have to understand. There's a little bit of philosophy for you. There is what 8 billion people on the planet right now, bro. 8 billion. 8 billion people alive right now. Like, yo, for real. If you like it, what are the chances that none of the 8 billion people in the world other than you like it? I'm being real, Mark. Like for real. So you wrote it or you created the product because you liked it. Yo, there's going to be somebody out there that likes it. So there's a little bit of research that has to be done where you says, okay, I got to find my crowd. I got to find the crowd. So you got to put yourself in front of the people who would actually receive the product the same way you would. And when you get there, you got to receive them the way God would.
Okay.
Whatever that means to you. I don't know what religion you are, but somebody heard that and was like, all right, I'm not Christian though. I feel you on that. But you're gonna have to do something. There's still some principles that you're gonna have to follow. And whether you get them from the Bible, whether you get them from the Bible or the Quran, bro, you're gonna have to follow them. Just saying.
And it's a lot of things is really passion, drive, and work. Kind of get back to the topic. If you're not putting your passion in your work, then what is it amounting to?
Why work?
That too. Why put all that time and effort into something that you're either half-assing or you don't believe in? That's kind of why I wanted to do the podcast today instead of yesterday. I was not in the right mindset, and I didn't want to come in here, like just half-ass it. I wanted to, be fresh with it, that's kind of why I do it early too.
Got you.
Just find your passion. We say it all the time. Like, yo, your passion will get you through a lot of the hardship, the struggles in the work that you're doing. And then once you have that never ending, unlimited passion for something. And you might not be passionate, each and every day for it, but like, yo, just keep hammering at it. Once you get that spark, kindle that flame, protect it, throw the firewood in there so it keeps burning, and just work on whatever you're trying to do to complete your goals. You can see it firsthand here. We say we're going to accomplish something, we put in the work, we put in the effort. It might not get done when we expect it, because when we first had the books, we were throwing dates out there.
We threw like 4 dates out that joint. We threw that thing out like like Skittles. we threw that thing out like crazy, fam, and like we didn't get it done until like four times. Like it was like, all right, that's the one that's gonna be released on this date. And we got there and was like, can we do it? Yeah, I think we can do it. Yeah. But yeah, I ain't mean to cut you off. My bad.
No, you good. It was just like, we threw many dates out there. It wasn't, the dates that we expected, but we got one of them, right? And we
broken clock is right 2 times a day.
Facts. And we got it done. The work worked.
It worked.
That's all like
it worked, man. And like, for real. I love it, man. Like for real. I came back to work on Tuesday. And bro, why are people treating me different now? Like,
what? You missed Monday? I swear you was there Monday.
Hell no, I won't there Monday. Bro, I had to take a rest day. I had to take a rest day on Monday, bro. I was like, look, I'm tired. Like after 4 days of doing that, bro, back to back, bro. I'm talking like, yo, and for real, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man, but we went to the convention and we did 10 times less work than we would do at the job, bro, and still made the same amount of money.
Okay.
I'm just saying. We got back to work, dog, and folks was treating us different, bro. Folks was like, yo, I am so proud of y'all. Y'all, I'm walking through folks clapping and stuff. Y'all good? It's like, yo, like y'all already knew I wrote the book. It's almost like, look, it's almost like people, we wrote a book, but they didn't take it serious until after the convention. When they seen the pictures of us at the convention, when they seen the pictures of the box of books that were, because I posted the same box of books like 2 weeks ago, and I ain't get nobody said anything about it. But when I posted the empty box, everybody was like, "Oh, shit." We taking pictures with the connects that we got, and everybody's just like, "Oh, damn, that's legit.
That's real.
That's real, right? That's real." And I was talking to one girl that we work with, and this is one of she the one that's cool with the person that work with me.
No,
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I was talking to her, and she was like, "What you been doing all week?" I was like, "We friends on Facebook. You know what I've been doing all week." It's just like, "Oh yeah, somebody said you were at some kind of convention or something." I was like, "Yeah, I went on a business trip." It's like, "Oh, okay. What you do? How much?" I was like, "How much you make?" It's like, "We sold out." And she walked away, was like, "Let me find out you working outside of here." You didn't already know that, right? But like for real, it went to show like people understand the concept of doing something outside of the 9 to 5, but not everybody does it. Because this is one of the most basic minded people that I think I've ever met in my life. Like she, barely stays at work and talking about getting a part-time job, and
she don't need it from the rumors and stories. She don't need it.
I ain't gonna go there, but yeah, like for real. I've said this multiple times, man, and I feel like I'm kind of like beating a dead horse because ain't nobody listening to it for real. Like for real, like they hear the advice that we giving out, and they just kind of like take it with like as if it's like theory or something. Like what we saying on this podcast is theory. Like that's how they treating the information, and they don't understand that, you know, when they ask the question, how did you get to this mindset? How did you how did you build this within yourself? And I'm like, look, the podcast is right there. Like, here's the link to the podcast. You can watch the development, bruh. You can watch the growth. It happened right here.
Mm-hmm.
It happened right here. This is episode 98. Bro, back in 2019, we came onto this podcast. It was an idea.
Thanks.
And that was the first step. We said that we was going to do something, and we did it. It was an idea. And me and Mark got together and was like, all right, let's do it. Let's make it happen. It happened right here. So you guys don't have to ask the question of how did it happen? When did it happen? It happened 98 episodes ago. If you want to be technical about it, it happened 98 weeks ago. Yeah, like for real. Like, yo, I'm just
been hammering out weeks.
Bro, come on. Like for real. Like it happened 98 weeks ago if you want to be technical about it. Like, yo, it happened right here. So like this information, what we telling y'all, it's not theory. We don't get this from we ain't just like sitting down playing video games and just like, all right, yeah, I got a new idea. Let's go ahead and talk about it on the podcast. See if we can catch somebody today. No, bro, I read.
Stuff that we're doing.
I read, fam. And I don't just read, like, I ain't just out here reading Gem Stay Siege. I ain't just out here reading the Gem Stay Siege. Look, I had a situation yesterday, bro, where I had to like really take a look at what I was doing, bro. It's the last thing I'm gonna throw out there because we bought over an hour, almost. But yeah, like yesterday was the first time that I sat down and actually wrote at my computer. Like I've been writing, but because I've been so busy, I've been having to sneak writing in on the sneak tip, right? I've been having to do it on my phone, do it at work while I'm busy doing something. So, I'm up, working on stuff, like trying to put stuff together. I was able to finish the second book. I was able to finish the second book mostly done while, being on the clock at work. I shouldn't have said that out loud. But anyway, I was able to do the second book while, just on somebody else's computer, not doing, just not sitting down, just standing up, just, in the middle, in the process of doing stuff. Like, so what I was saying is I wasn't like sitting down specifically focused on just writing the book. Even though that kind of shows in the editing, but I ain't even gonna go there because it's a whole monster in of itself. I was able to do half of the third book in the same fashion, right? Just kind of on the go. So yesterday, we're in the process of editing book 2, and I had to sit down and actually write something, bro. It almost killed me, dog.
Come on, like write it on pen and paper.
Killed me, bro. Like I was like, bro, it drained me.
Oh.
Like, bro, it drained me. And like, yo, for real. And here's where I'm going with this, right? How was I feeling? I was feeling drained. I was feeling tired. I felt like I wanted to go do anything else but sit in front of my computer. But like I told y'all, fam, like I told you, I hate the process of writing. I've always hated it. But what I love, right? What I love is that I can write it and I can put it out there, and somebody can tell me like I'm their second favorite author in the world. Somebody can come and tell me that their story, that my story is a game changer, and that it is ahead of its time, that if I don't sell more books, it'll be criminal. Bro, like what I love is the fact that I can write it and I can get those results. I can write it and I can make 50 sales on it my first time out. We can sell out. Like for real. What I love is the fact that, I can write it and it could potentially put me in a better position to take care of the people that I love. That's what I love about it. I don't love the writing process, but when I'm writing, I feel like I'm about to die. I feel like I want to quit. I feel like I want to give up. But what I don't feel like doing is giving up the dream of where it could take me if I keep going. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, Mark.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all haven't gotten anything from this episode, just know it's a more in-depth erudition of the previous episode. Work works. The process of working, you might not like it, but if you have that drive, that passion behind it, look at your end goal. Find your why. We've said it many times. Your why has to be bigger than the goal itself. Just think about the lives you might change, the people you're doing it for. It could be family, could be sister, brother, wife, spouse, girlfriend, whatever. Just know that the seed you sow will impact not only you, but generations upon generations. And that's what we do this for. That's why, we got my man's making books, us doing a podcast, me doing video games. Video games have brought so many people together in one room, thousands of people together in one room. Look at esports, look at just the many tournaments that go on. I was watching one live the other day, and I didn't even know that like tournaments can be held like from home. Yeah. Like it was people, it was a mobile game. I was like, they got a tournament for this? It was one dude on his phone, just like I'm guessing he's being recorded just like we are. He's on the phone. One other dude, he had this big ass tablet with some type of fan situation hooked up to the back of that junk to keep it cool. I was like, yo, this is redonkulous.
I don't even need all that. It's a mobile game, fam. I mean, like it's like hardcore graphics or something being pushed out, fam. Like, come on, bro. Anyway,
maybe the tablet was old. I don't know, but like, just things like that, bringing so many people together in one room. It's magical.
Yeah, man.
Like GalaxyCon itself was just a big old. It was literally just a big old room, but the people there made it, great. Made it that con itself.
I got to take a picture with Kakashi. That was fun.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. We got another little event coming up on September the 14th. And that would be by the time you listen to this, that would be this Saturday, August 14th. Sorry. We got So we will be at Richmond Comics in Midlothian, in the Midlothian area. That's Comics with an X. We'll be at a table at Richmond Comics this upcoming Saturday. If you're looking for AJ McMullen and the Gem State Siege, we will be there. We won't have any physical copies, but you can come in and you can get a free voucher to get a book signed if you order one online from us. So catch us there on August the 14th. We will be in attendance.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just working. I ain't got much going on. I ain't got no big announcement just yet. But this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It's me, your boy Marcus Morton. This is Aaron Mack. Like and share our content. Description will have all our links and all that.
Yep.
Or social media below. Love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.